kidding, right? That's a no-go. I like that story. However, going on, we don't have time for it. Hey everybody, happy Friday and welcome to this first weekend in May edition of WWDD. Rachel's not here today. She took a well-deserved personal day. She is in Connecticut hanging out with friends, so hope you're having fun, Rachel.
We all wore the same color.
And we all wore the same color and jeans today. Look, we're like twinsies, but triplets.
Triplets.
Yay. All right. So, one of the stories we didn't do this week was embattled Toronto Mayor Rob Ford announcing that he is finally going to rehab.
That's a tough story to not do.
It is a tough story to not
really
do.
wanted to do it.
We did want to do it, so we're doing it now. And look, obviously he's been the brunt of a lot of jokes. He's brought a lot of this on himself. He has made fun of himself. But look, with the surfacing of this second tape that shows him smoking crack, he has admitted that he needs help. And he says he's in over his head and he's going to take some time off from the office and also from his campaign to get help. As a recovering alcoholic and addict, I'm very happy to hear this. All jokes aside, he's in serious trouble here. He is an alcoholic and possibly a drug addict. He needs help, and he is finally raising his hand and saying, I know I'm a crazy dude and I need help. I think actually this is a great thing. I wish him well. I will say that obviously he's been the brunt of a lot of late night jokes by the talk show hosts. I will say that something that Jimmy Fallon said last night kind of bothered me. He said, you know, we're glad he's getting help, but they have TVs in rehab, so if you're watching this, Mayor Ford, we hope that some of these jokes about you cheer you up. I thought that was a little, I don't know, just a little funky to me, and they don't have TVs in rehabs. He shouldn't be watching TV anyway. He should be focusing on his recovery. I have said my piece. All right.
You know what? And you're right. I mean, a healthy Rob Ford is good for Toronto, and they need the focus to be back onto how good the city is. And you know, he's actually done quite a bit in terms of tax reform there, and it's completely overshadowed, you know, anything else.
Yeah, and he has made a joke of himself for sure. Yeah. But I think he's going to also help a lot of people say, you know what, I have a problem too, and I'm going to seek help. So, Rob Ford, we're thinking about you. Hope you do well in rehab.
Well said, Laurie Dhue.
And you too.
I love this story. I'm a bit of a nerd. So
back
in 1982, E.T. was coming out. Steven Spielberg was a big shot movie director, and Atari wanted a piece of the action. They developed and rushed to market an Atari video game called E.T. It was a terrible, terrible disaster. A lot of people say it's the worst video game ever created. Atari was so embarrassed that what they did, and they also lost so much money, they literally buried it in a landfill in Texas and covered it with cement so that no one could ever dig it up and refill it.
I guess they really didn't want that.
There's a new documentary coming out, and these documentary filmmakers, in addition with a lot of other people who are enthusiasts, got together and raised money, and they dug up all these cartridges. They found 750,000 cartridges. But I thought that was interesting.
No, it is, and just the fact they went to all this trouble
to hide their embarrassment.
To hide their embarrassment and then dig it back up. Pretty
awesome.
awesome.
It's a bizarre story, Mike.
This story, it's not really a story, it's more of a product. It's called the Tinny Tail, and it's basically a wearable mobile phone for kids to wear on their wrist. It looks like a watch. So no more putting your kids on leashes. Now you can just talk to them through their watch, and you download an app with it basically, and it goes onto your iPhone, and the GPS picks up your kid wherever they are.
I think that's very smart.
Yeah.
And aren't you surprised they haven't come up with this before?
I was saying to Laurie, I'm very surprised they haven't come up with this, because it seems commonplace for the kind of, you know, mobile stuff that we have these days.
Yeah, in the world we live in.
It's the way of the future.
Yeah, I mean, when you see kids on leashes, it's just wrong. I'm sorry. It's so weird.
It's wrong.
Yeah. All right, everybody,
comment on that below.
You can comment on that and everything you've heard today. You know what to do. Have a great weekend. Bye.